Hello people, my name is Christos Marmeris and I'm a concept artist and I'm here to show you a quick tip for my workflow. How do I combine Character Creator with Blender and Marvelous Design in order to pose my characters, clothe them and pose them for my concept art scenes. So here we are in Character Creator. We have our default guy here. I will not go through the process how to make a character in Character Creator. I chose this one for with 2-3 simple clicks. Very base mesh, very default kind of guy. We can just give him a beard, maybe. Yes, and let's pose him because this is the part of the process. I will choose one of the default ones that we have here. Of course, there's a choice. You can always go in there and pose him as you wish. But for the demo purposes, will be fine for now. And let's try to give this guy a t-shirt. So we go and export this as an FBX closed character. We have to check that we export it for Blender. Mesh and motion is turned on. And we also want to current pose be checked. And we export it. So now we jump in Blender and we import our FBX file. We don't care about the textures for now. The textures are there, but it's not important. What is important is that we have our one frame animation, which we want to transfer all the way up to somehow 150 frames or something. And then we go to the first one, or the 0 one. We go to the pose mode, and we press pose, and we clear all transform. And then our armature gets into the initial position, and by pressing I, we are setting a keyframe to all available. So now the result is that we have one frame, one keyframe at 0 and one keyframe at 150, and this makes us an animation which we have to save as an alembic file. So we export it as an alembic, which is the file that we're going to use in the Marvelous Designer. So here we are in Marvelous Designer right now. We are going to import our alembic file, the one that we saved. And usually you don't have to mess with the scale and stuff, but I realized I did a mistake when I saved this in Blender. So yeah, for now it's good. Usually when you set it to centimeters and das, you're going to be fine, but for me right now it didn't work, so I had to change this for meters. So let's give this guy a blouse very quick, like a very sketchy blouse for the purposes of the demo. And what we have to do now is press the record button, and the whole sequence of our motion and animation will be in flow. And once it stops, we are good to export the garment as an FBX file to use it in our scene in Blender or any other program. So now that we are back in Blender, we can import our assets, which is one is the character, ready and posed. Let's import our t-shirt. There you go. It's a little bit glossy, but we can always change the properties of material. Okay, so there we have our guy, ready and posed. But as you can see here, he is like 50,000 poly faces, and this is not good. He's quite big. So an extra tip, I will show you how I decimate it. So if you go to the armature, you will see all those meshes that constructs the body. If we are going to apply the modifier of armature, we will see there is a note that cannot be applied when there are shape keys. Shape keys are in the data properties tab. So you will see the shape keys there. You have to go there and remove them all. And then we go back to our modifier and we are able to apply. So we have to do this for each one. Some of them, most of them, they don't have shape keys, but whatever mesh includes some kind of animation, like the tongue or the eyes or maybe the hair, there is shape keys that we have to go and delete. So now that we're done with the shape keys, I can select all the meshes and press Ctrl J to merge them. So now if I select the armature first and the mesh second and press Alt P and clear parent and keep transform, then the armature separates from the mesh. And now I can go and delete the armature without any problem. Okay, so now we still have 50,000 faces. So the point is that we can now decimate our mesh. So let's join everything together with Control G. I have selected. Yeah, that's the first thing that we can do, because I merged the genes with the body, and therefore under the genes we have a double mesh actually, so we can delete this. So I go to the edit mode, I select all the vertices and the faces that I want to delete. I'm choosing one part of the mesh, and then by pressing the plus, I'm selecting the whole body which is connected, and then I'm trying to subtract the parts of the mesh that I want to keep. So at the end I will be left with the parts of the mesh that I will delete. Okay, so part one of the job is done. Now we have decreased in 47,000. Let's go and apply a decimate modifier. We set it to 0.3. The quality is still very good. Let's check if in the render it's still good. It's still good. Okay. We apply modifier. and we are down to 24,000. Let's do the same for the blouse, the t-shirt. Decimate 0.3. Yeah, we can go lower. Okay. So one more thing we can do is that if we go to the edit mode and we press X, we will see the limited dissolve option, which allows us to decimate even further by the angle that the planes are. Oh, I have to select the mesh first. So now, if I press X and limited dissolve and play with the angle, you see how planes are merging with each other, allowing me to decimate a little bit further. Let's say that's okay. Yeah, double check. If I quit the edit mode, yeah, it's still good, and we're down to 14,000 faces. We can go even lower. It depends on how close to the camera your character will be. If it's that far, you can go even to 3,000 faces. No one will understand anything. If it's close to the camera, it's better to be a little bit higher, maybe even higher than what we have right now, but even this one, it's fair enough. So thank you very much for watching this tutorial. I hope you found it helpful. See you in the next one.